when you are within LawMaster and you've had your integration with Infotrack set up, to access Infotrack within LawMaster, you go into your searches tab within your matter, and all you do is simply right-click from that tab within the matter and click on New Infotrack Search. This will open up Infotrack in your default web browser, logged in directly as yourself, and you're able to complete your search as you normally would if you were accessing Infotrack in the standard non-integrated way. So what are some of the benefits of integrating your Infotrack searching within LawMaster? So first of all, less room for error. Conventionally, when you are conducting a search, when it isn't integrated, you're logging into Infotrack, you're punching in your matter reference, you're punching in your details for your search, and you're ordering the search. Then, of course, someone else on your account side is entering in all the disbursements into LawMaster, and you have the potential to miss something, particularly if someone has accidentally miskeyed a matter reference, miskeyed a title reference, as it may be, and so forth. When you are integrated, as you can see here, the matter reference is pulled straight through from LawMaster automatically, so you've got less chance of ordering on an incorrect matter reference. And also then the documents and the costs associated are transferred straight back into the matter in LawMaster as well. And as I was just saying, so another benefit is your automated cost recoveries. So as you can see here, as soon as you conduct a search via Infotrack, once it is integrated into LawMaster, not only do you get the document of the completed search straight back within your folios in the matter, you also get the costs of that search captured as an automatic disbursement. So as you can see there, also broken down to allow for GST components where applicable too. And these can be configured in your LawMaster setup to be captured either as an anticipated disbursement or a non-cash disbursement, depending on how you manage your disbursements in your accounting side at the moment. And in terms of the search themselves, so once they are completed, they're automatically saved back as PDF folios within your LawMaster matter in real time. So you don't have to drag and drop or save your searches onto your desktop first and then save them into your matter in LawMaster and go through renaming the document. It is automatically captured within the searches tab within your matter, automatically named, as you can see here, and dated as well at the time that the search was conducted. If it's a search that is not instantaneous, so it's not something like a title search that comes through straight away, it's a council certificate, say, that might take a week to come back. Once that is completed, not only will you receive your email from LawMaster as normal, but it will also automatically save into LawMaster. You don't have to go and remember to manually do that. So again, it means you have everything automatically in one place. No one has to spend the time to drag them into the matters, no chance of dragging them into the wrong matters, just saving you time and energy there and increasing your efficiencies. So there's also the opportunity when integrating Infotrack into LawMaster to avoid rekeying of data. And again, it means that you can avoid errors as well. So in this example here, not only have we mapped across the matter number by default that we've launched into Infotrack from, so in this matter here, I've used a property matter as an example. So a lot of our clients would be familiar with using our conveyancing workflows and with storing attributes within the matter. So things like title references, addresses, party names, solicitors, and so forth. What you are then able to do within your integration with Infotrack is to map across a lot of those attributes into the Infotrack screens. So in this example, when I've launched into Infotrack and gone in to order my searches, I've automatically pulled across my title references and address details that I have stored as attributes within my matter. I don't have to rekey those. So just another example of how you can save some more time, avoid errors, and increase efficiencies there when doing your searching. And as we're saying, so a lot of the efficiencies can be gained through all of those examples that we've mentioned so far. So all of your automated cost recoveries, they're captured against your matters in real time, so ready for you to bill when you're ready. You can, of course, save the searches automatically into your matter in LawMaster. You don't have to remember to do that manually. You don't have to necessarily wait on that email to come through from Infotrack and then drag your PDF in. And you can avoid rekeying data. So if you've already got that data within your attributes in your workflow in LawMaster, you don't have to rekey all of your title references, party details, address details, ASIC, company numbers. You can already map that through. All right, another one of the key benefits that LawMaster, of course, offers through its integration with Infotrack is bespoke integration into SignIT. So for those of you that haven't heard of SignIT, it is powered by DocuSign and it's Infotrack's intuitive electronic signing tool. So this enables you to electronically execute and have documents signed quickly, efficiently and securely. So it's not just dropping an image of a signature onto a document, it is actually a fully secured and tracked e-signature solution. And of course, it captures all of the metadata behind the signature. So some of the benefits that you can gain from using SignIT in your firm: increased speed and efficiency, which goes without saying. You can have your documents signed quickly and easily, and the person signing your documents can be anywhere in the world. You don't have to wait on snail mail. So a lot of our clients will use these specifically, even down to things like cost agreements. You can quickly have a client engaged, signed cost agreement automatically in your file within minutes of opening that file. Those documents that are signed using SignIT are secure and enforceable. So they all include a DocuSign certificate. DocuSign, of course, being the market leader in the e-signature space. And that, of course, captures crucial metadata. So things like IP addresses, date and time of signing, and geolocation are all captured when someone signs electronically using SignIT. And you actually get a certificate of completion back, recording all of those signing events for each party that is signing. And it also means increased profitability. So there's no need to send documents out in the mail or courier to be signed. You don't have to wait on those to come back. No need for hard copies and all of those post and courier fees. It's one small fee to have that document sent out for signing via SignIT, and you get it back straight away. All right, so how do you access SignIT within LawMaster? So once you have had the integration with Infotrack configured, all you do is go into your folios, locate either the PDF or Word document that you want to send through to SignIT. It's a simple right click and then hitting the send to SignIT button. And once that document goes through Infotrack's SignIT process and is issued for signing, the signing status is easily visible within your Matters Folios tab. So as you can see there, you get a new signature column which comes through and shows you the status. So that in this case, document has been sent for signing, and you'll notice that the document gets automatically finalized as well. So one thing that I mentioned before was you can send up either Word or PDF documents for signing. If you send up a document that is still in Word format, it does get PDF'd in the SignIT process, so meaning it can't be altered by the recipient. And what does it look like once a document has been completed and signed? So first thing you'll notice here again in your Folios tab, the status of the document that you sent out for signing changes to signed, as you can see there, and you get two new additional folios that come back into your matter. The first one being the signed and completed document, and you also get back your DocuSign certificate, which has got all of that security and enforceability data. All right, so we might go across now to a demonstration of all of these things in action. As we mentioned earlier, so I've just got my desktop opened here, and I'm just going to go into LawMaster. And as I mentioned before, if you're in a matter, you click on your searches tab, and I can see here I've got some earlier searches done, and I right click and select new Infotrack search. And this will launch me direct into Infotrack, and I am automatically logged in as myself, so there's no need to remember login details. Now in this case, and as you can see there, in this case I'm just going to do a quick New South Wales title search. So first thing you'll notice there is that the matter number I've launched from within LawMaster is automatically hard-coded. that means the documents and the costs will be saved into that particular matter, and there's less room for error there. So this is going through the standard process for ordering a title within Infotrack. And as you can see there on the Infotrack screen, that has come back straight away. And in this case, I'm going to go through to the Plans and Dealings tab and order a plan as well. So this is, of course, a very basic example, but just to show you how the integrated searching works once you've had it configured. And if I just go back into LawMaster and refresh that page so that you can see my completed title search has already come back into my matter there. And I've also captured the cost of that search automatically against that particular matter. And if I go into my cost tab for a more detailed cost overview and just refresh that page, you can already see that the costs for those two searches, so title and plan, have already been captured there as well with the breakdowns for GST. So there's no need for anyone to manually enter that as a disbursement in all of your matters. And of course, in my folios, you can see that that search has saved back as well, date and timed at the time that it has come through from Infotrack and correctly named. So no need to manually drag those in from Infotrack, rename them. That is all automatically captured for you on your matter as well. Now, many of our clients will be familiar with the attributes that are available within LawMaster, particularly when you are using workflows such as the conveyancing workflows in New South Wales and Queensland. And this will store a lot of matter-related data as you progress through the workflow. So in that example there, you can see I've got my lot numbers, plan numbers, roads, names, suburbs stored. And one of the examples where you can avoid rekeying of data, if I go back in and do a new Infotrack search. So in this case, I'm just going to go into the Sydney Water section. Now I've only pulled across here a couple of details, being my title reference and my street name automatically. However, if you have any of those data fields stored as attributes in LawMaster, you could automatically populate street numbers, suburbs, and again, avoiding rekeying of data when you are doing your searches there. So what we might do now is go into the SignIT component. In this case, I'm going to send for signing a cost agreement that I merged earlier. So just a fairly generic looking cost agreement. And I'm going to send that to my new client to sign. So it's a simple right click and send to SignIT. This takes me straight into Infotrack's SignIT dashboard. Now I can choose here, just pause that quickly. So I can choose here from a number of preset client types, or I can select other and type in my own if I wish. In this example, I'm just going to say that this is a client and I'm happy to choose that particular type. This is just for your own reference. It doesn't actually impact the signing process. If I need to add more signers, I can do that as well. And if I want to set a bespoke signing order, so just as you see there, if I need, if I've got say 3 signers in a document and I need them to sign in a particular order, I can also select that as well. In this case, I've just got 1 signer, so the signing order of course is not relevant. So I'm just going to proceed through to the next screen. Now this overlays the DocuSign panel on the screen here. And in terms of marking up your document for signing, it is very simple. So it is just a matter of dragging and dropping. If I had more than 1 signer, I can select them individually in that drop-down menu there on the left. In this case, of course, I've got just the 1. And I will just select the signature panel and drop that into the document where I want them to sign. And I also require the date signed on this document, and I can drop that in there as well. So just as some examples. Once I'm happy and I have it all marked up, I can just hit send. And at this stage, I will enter in my client's name and the email address that I want the signing link to be sent to. If I wish, as you can see there, you can review the document one last time prior to issuing for signing, and you can attach a cover letter as well so that they have that to read through prior to signing the document. Right, so we might just continue. Once I put in my client's name, email, as I said, I can review the document, attach a cover letter if I wish. So as I said, I can attach a cover letter, review my document. I can hit request signatures. All right, now if I just flick back through to LawMaster, just to give me a moment there. So if I just refresh that and go into my searches, so that you will note that a new SignIT order has been noted here in terms of the cost recovery. And back in my folios, you also see that the document has been automatically finalized. It can no longer be reviewed. And I've also got my signing status. If I just expand that section, you can see that my signature status has changed to sent as well. That's not going to change to signed until all signatories have signed that document. So in terms of checking on the document as it's progressing, you can go back into your searches tab, right click and hit open URL. And this will open the Infotrack SignIT dashboard once again. So what I can do here, if I've realized that I have sent my document to the wrong email address, I can hit the edit button on this panel and override the email address. That will effectively kill the link that's gone out initially and send a new one out to your new email address. If you have multiple signatories, you can see the individual signing status of each. And of course, you can review the document as well. So just as I'm showing there. Now, if I'm just going back into my email. So just giving me a moment to refresh my email here. There we go. So your client receives an email just like this one here. And all that your client needs to do is hit the review document button in their email. Another thing that you can do is have it branded with your logo if you wish, just as we have the LawMaster logo in this example here. And all that the signatory needs to do is hit review documents. As we were saying before, they don't need any particular application, just access to their email and the internet. Now this will open up the DocuSign screen. So just loading there. The first thing that the signatory needs to do is accept the terms and conditions, which complies with the Electronic Transactions Act, and hit continue. Now at this point, they can review the document. They can review it here on the screen, of course, read through it. If they wish to continue, if they wish rather, they can actually download or print a copy locally to save. And they can actually access this page as many times as they like prior to completing the signing process. So if they just read it quickly the first time on the go and don't have the ability to print or download it at that moment, they can re-access it later when they're in front of a machine and then continue the signing process at that point. Once they are ready to sign, they simply hit the start button and then sign. This will overlay the signing window. Now, depending on the device that the client is using, they can either select a pre-configured style if they don't have a touch screen, So if I like one of these particular styles here, for instance, or you can draw your signature, and that will be the default if you're using a touchscreen device like an iPhone or a tablet, which is what I'm going to do in this example, and hit adopt and sign. And once you are finished, you simply hit the finish button, and then you will get a screen just confirming that the signing process has indeed been completed. And that's as simple as it is for all of your signatories on your documents. Again, they don't need any particular application, just access to an email address and the internet. And if I go back into LawMaster, so again, so you'll see in my folios, if I refresh these, so you'll see there 2 new documents that have been, so 2 new documents that have come through. So my original document that sent out, which has changed to a status of signed. So just so you have on record, of course, the date and time that you sent it for signing. You then have your signed document, which has come back, and you'll note that it's got a DocuSign envelope ID and the signature sitting there, and your DocuSign completion certificate. Now, this is the important certificate that DocuSign provides, which captures all of the associated metadata for that particular signing. So geolocation, date and time events, IP addresses, and the like, of course, so that that signature can be enforced if necessary. And what is also important to note here is that each of your signatories automatically receives an email confirming that the document signing process has been completed by all parties, and they too receive a copy of the completed document and the DocuSign certificate. So that process is already done for you as well. So if I just go back into my emails, you can see here that my signatory has received copies of those 2 documents as well. So there's no need for you to then go and confirm that that process has been completed. It is automatically sent through.